There's a fruit sitting in your fridge right now that's quietly stealing your testosterone, clogging your blood vessels, and killing your intimate performance. You'd never suspect it, because most guys over 60 still think it's heart healthy. But in my practice here in Toronto, I've watched men's lives completely transform just by cutting this so-called healthy fruit from their daily routine. I'm Dr. Emily Carson, and for over 15 years, I've been helping older men across Canada reclaim their strength, confidence, and intimate vitality. Time and time again, I've seen a powerful truth. When men over 60 stop guessing and start eating with purpose, their bodies respond fast. But here's what nobody's telling you. Not all fruits are good for the aging male body. Some spike estrogen, trigger insulin, and destroy nitric oxide, that crucial molecule responsible for firm, healthy erections. On the flip side, there are 4 humble fruits that can repair blood flow, boost testosterone, and bring back your energy and intimacy naturally. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 4 fruits you should never eat after 60 and the 4 you need to add to your diet today. If you want to restore your vitality and confidence in the bedroom, stick with me till the end, because that last fruit I'll share has helped some of my patients reverse years of intimate decline in just a few weeks. Now, before we dive in, if you're watching from anywhere across Canada, whether you're in Vancouver, Calgary, Winnipeg, Montreal, or the Maritimes, I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. Drop your city or province in the comments so I can give you a shout out in future videos. Our channel's a community, and I genuinely love connecting with each and every one of you. All right, let's start with the harmful fruits. And the first one might surprise you because so many men eat it without thinking twice. Dried fruits, especially dates and raisins, seem harmless enough. A handful here, another there. Many guys over 60 consider them a healthy snack once they've given up processed sweets. But here's the truth. Dried fruits are one of the most deceptive foods you can eat at this stage of life. The problem is they're extremely concentrated sources of sugar. A single cup of raisins contains more sugar than a can of pop. And unlike fresh fruit, these sugars are highly concentrated and stripped of the fiber that would normally slow their absorption. What this means is your blood sugar spikes rapidly, your insulin production surges, and your testosterone takes a sharp dive in response. Even worse, many commercial dried fruits are coated with vegetable oils to prevent sticking and preserved with sulfites to maintain their color. These additives can interfere with zinc absorption, and any men's health specialist will tell you that zinc is crucial for testosterone production, sperm quality, and erection firmness. Let me tell you about one of my patients, a 67-year-old gentleman from Mississauga named Robert. He thought he was doing everything right. Every afternoon, he'd snack on a handful of trail mix loaded with raisins and dates, thinking it was healthier than chips, but he'd been struggling with morning firmness for over a year. When we eliminated dried fruits from his diet and focused on low estrogen alternatives, his morning firmness started coming back. Within just 3 weeks, he noticed more energy, better sleep, and a confidence he hadn't felt in years. The second problematic fruit is canned fruit cocktail, that sweet trap for older folks. They come in convenient containers, look colorful, they're soft and easy to chew, and for many men over 60, they've become the go-to breakfast or snack, often eaten alongside morning medications. What most people don't realize is these little fruit cups are a carefully disguised sugar trap that's silently damaging your blood vessels, hormones, and intimate performance. What makes them so harmful isn't just the fruit itself, but the medium it's soaking in. Most canned fruits are drowning in high fructose corn syrup or concentrated fruit juices loaded with simple sugars. When these sugars hit your bloodstream, especially on an empty stomach, they spike your insulin, inflame your arteries, and cause a crash in nitric oxide, that molecule your body needs for firm erections. High fructose corn syrup is also linked to fatty liver disease, increased estrogen production, and decreased testosterone levels. In other words, the fruit that's supposedly helping you age gracefully might be robbing your strength from the inside out. The third food you need to avoid is bananas, and I know this might be controversial. Bananas are one of the first fruits we learn to eat. They're soft, easy to find, and they're marketed as a healthy snack. However, for men over 60, especially those dealing with energy problems, weight gain, or intimate dysfunction, bananas could be doing more harm than good. While they contain potassium and some beneficial nutrients, bananas, particularly the very ripe sweet ones most guys prefer, can trigger subtle but significant changes in your body chemistry. First off, they're loaded with simple sugars that rapidly enter your bloodstream, causing an insulin spike. And when insulin rises, testosterone tends to drop. Over time, these repeated sugar surges can lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and slow metabolism, all of which directly impair your ability to maintain firm, healthy erections. But there's more. Bananas also influence serotonin production. And while serotonin is important for mood balance, an excess at the wrong time can make you feel emotionally flat or exhausted. The fourth harmful fruit is grapes, a hidden trap for testosterone. Grapes are seen as a symbol of good health, small, juicy, and packed with antioxidants. However, for men over 60, they could be causing much more damage than you imagine, especially when consumed regularly without considering their source. You see, grapes are one of the most heavily pesticide-sprayed fruits in commercial agriculture. Unless they're certified organic, they often contain a cocktail of pesticides, many of which are classified as phytoestrogens, chemicals that act like estrogen in the male body. When you saturate your body with these estrogen-like compounds, they start competing with your natural testosterone. Over time, this can lead to decreased libido, abdominal fat accumulation, prostate inflammation, and yes, weaker, softer erections. Now, before we move on to the good news, let me ask you an important question to help you better. What's your main challenge right now regarding your intimate health? If it's lack of energy and vitality, type the number 1 in the comments. If it's more about circulation and firmness issues, type the number 2. This helps me create more specific content for your real needs. But it's not all bad news, folks. Now I'm going to share the 4 powerful fruits I personally recommend to my patients. Fruits that can reactivate your blood flow, boost your testosterone, and give you back your vitality faster than you think. Let's start with blueberries, the hormonal shield. They might be small, but for men over 60, they hold a powerful secret. These dark blue fruits are packed with anthocyanins, plant compounds that protect your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and defend your testosterone from silent cellular damage. What makes blueberries especially valuable is their ability to support both mind and body, helping older men stay mentally sharp, emotionally balanced, and physically responsive. As we age, oxidative stress becomes one of the biggest enemies of male health. It damages the cells responsible for producing testosterone, weakens blood vessel linings, and dulls nerve sensitivity. Blueberries act like nature's cleanup crew, neutralizing those harmful free radicals and restoring a healthier environment for your hormones to thrive. Now I know that fresh blueberries can be pricey, especially in the winter months here in Canada. The good news is, frozen blueberries work just as well, and they're available year-round at most grocery stores, from Loblaws to Sobeys to Save-On Foods. You can toss them in your morning oatmeal or blend them into a smoothie. The second beneficial fruit is kiwi, the testosterone citrus. Kiwi might not be the flashiest fruit at the supermarket, but for men over 60, it's one of the most underrated treasures for hormonal health and performance. This little green fruit is packed with vitamin C, in some cases more than an orange, and that matters way more than most men realize. Vitamin C plays a fundamental role in testosterone production, helping protect the Leydig cells in your testicles from oxidative stress. When those cells stay strong, your testosterone production does too. But kiwi goes even further. It contains actinidin, a natural enzyme that aids digestion and nutrient absorption. Why does this matter? Because as we age, our digestive process weakens, and even if we eat healthy, we don't always absorb what we need. Kiwi helps close that gap, ensuring essential minerals like zinc and magnesium, both crucial for male performance, actually reach your bloodstream where they need to be. I often tell my patients to eat the whole fruit, skin and all. The skin is edible, loaded with fiber, and provides an extra nutritional boost. If you're in Ontario or Quebec, you can find kiwis at pretty much any grocery store, even in smaller towns. The third healing fruit is pomegranate, the king of circulation. If there's one fruit I recommend almost universally to my male patients over 60, it's pomegranate. Not only is it delicious and refreshing, but it's also one of the most powerful natural tools we have for restoring blood flow and protecting testosterone. Pomegranate is rich in compounds called punicolagens, plant antioxidants incredibly effective at reducing oxidative stress and improving your blood vessel health. This is important because your erections depend entirely on one factor: circulation. And pomegranate has been shown to increase nitric oxide production, relax blood vessels, and allow for firmer, more reliable performance. In a clinical study, men who drank pomegranate juice daily saw measurable improvements in erectile function and a notable increase in salivary testosterone after just a few weeks. It's important to choose 100% pure pomegranate juice with no added sugar. Or better yet, consume the fresh seeds by adding them to a morning smoothie or simply enjoying them on their own. Now I understand that pomegranates can be a bit pricey and sometimes hard to find depending on where you are in Canada. If that's your situation, don't worry. Cranberries are a fantastic Canadian alternative. We grow tons of them right here, especially in Quebec and British Columbia. Fresh or frozen cranberries have similar antioxidant properties, and they're way more affordable. Just make sure you're not buying the sweetened cranberry cocktails. Those are loaded with sugar. And now we come to the most powerful fruit of all: watermelon, nature's Viagra. Watermelon isn't just a refreshing summer fruit. It's one of the most potent natural tools older men can use to support blood flow and erectile health. What makes watermelon so special is a natural compound called L-citrulline. Once in your body, L-citrulline converts to L-arginine, which in turn helps increase nitric oxide production. And nitric oxide is absolutely essential for erections. It's the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax, expand, and allow blood to flow richly where you need it most. But unlike synthetic pills that force this process and carry risks for your heart and blood pressure, watermelon works with your body gently and safely. Many of my patients between 60 and 70 who started consuming watermelon daily, especially on an empty stomach, noticed firmer morning erections, greater stamina, and even more energy throughout the day. For maximum benefit, eat fresh watermelon slices instead of store-bought juice, which often contains added sugar. If you prefer to drink it, blend it fresh yourself and include the white part, the part just under the skin, which actually contains the highest concentration of L-citrulline. During the summer months here in Canada, watermelons are everywhere and they're cheap. Stock up and enjoy them while you can. Now let me address something really important because I've seen comments from folks asking about fruit availability and cost. I get it. Not everyone has easy access to pomegranates or fresh blueberries year-round, and grocery prices across Canada have been brutal lately. So here's the deal. You don't need all 4 of these fruits to see results. If you can only afford watermelon, that's perfect. It's the most powerful one anyway. If blueberries are too expensive, grab frozen ones. They're just as good. No pomegranates in your area? Use cranberries or even tart cherries. Can't find kiwis? Oranges work great too. They've got tons of vitamin C. The key isn't perfection, it's consistency. Pick 1 or 2 fruits from this list that you can actually find and afford in your community, whether you're shopping at a big chain like Walmart or your local farmer's market, and eat them regularly. Your body will respond. Here's your simple 7-day action plan to get started. Days 1 and 2. Eliminate raisins and canned fruit from your pantry. Don't buy any more overripe bananas. Days 3 and 4. Buy fresh watermelon or your local alternative. Eat a piece on an empty stomach every morning. Days 5 through 7. Add a second fruit from the list: blueberries, kiwi, pomegranate, or your substitute. Pay attention to your morning energy. In week 2, come back and write me in the comments how you're feeling. Share this with a buddy who needs it. And if budget's tight, remember, just watermelon 3 times a week is enough to see changes. You don't need to break the bank. One more thing I want to mention, because I know some of you are thinking it. What about oranges? I've gotten that question a lot. Yes, oranges are great. They're loaded with vitamin C, which, as I mentioned earlier, is crucial for testosterone production. They're affordable, available everywhere across Canada, and they're a solid choice. If you're going to eat oranges, go for the whole fruit rather than juice to get the fiber, and try to buy organic when possible to avoid pesticide residue. To sum it up, folks, if you're a man over 60, the fruits you choose every day matter more than ever. Dried fruits, canned fruit cocktails, bananas, and non-organic grapes may seem harmless, but they're silently depleting your testosterone and slowing your blood flow. In contrast, blueberries, kiwi, pomegranate, and watermelon can boost your circulation, restore your energy, and protect your virility. You don't need perfection, just consistency. Your body still remembers how to be strong, confident, and full of life. Give it the right support, and it'll rise to meet you. One bite, one day, one decision at a time. If this video's helped you better understand how to care for your intimate health naturally, please hit that like button so more men like you can access this valuable information. Share it with that friend or family member you know needs it, because together we can change lives. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to receive more practical science-based tips designed especially for you. Until the next video, take care of yourself, eh?